I wanted to make a quick video which may help other people out who have the same problem. This is a Chamberlain LiftMaster 3rd horsepower. It's about 20 years old. One morning I got up, didn't work. None of the remotes worked. The button on the wall didn't work. Tried all the breakers, and it was just completely dead. And the first thing that I did after resetting the breakers was I unplugged it. I plugged the light into the socket that it went into. The light lit up, so I knew it was getting power. So I thought that it was going to be a dead circuit board. And I was able to fix it without ordering the $170 replacement board. Do yourself a favor when you take the screws out, make a little diagram and get a spare piece of cardboard or one of those thick mailing things like this and just stick the screws in it. Then you don't have to worry about what screw goes where, and make a little diagram about what wires go where, and take a lot of pictures with your cell phone, because I can guarantee you're going to forget. This is the board where the problems originate. There's a very heavy transformer on it, and between the environmental stress of being in a garage that gets very hot and very cold in the winter, and the vibration on the door itself, it ends up creating stress fractures in the solder joints, especially if they were cold solder joints from the factory. Now on this particular connector here, your neutrals come in here and your hot comes in on this wire. Flipping over to the back side, your hot and your neutral come in on the 2 end pins. These 3 in the center are just there to hold the transformer on for mechanical stability. They're not actually used in the circuit. And 22 volts AC comes out here and here. It goes through a rectifier circuit, and one end of 22 volts DC comes out here on one pin, and the other, it comes out on this far pin. What I was able to diagnose and found that was happening was I resoldered all of these connections on the transformer. I put some rosin on, melted the existing solder, added a little bit more, made sure that the joints weren't cold, put everything back together, plugged it in, and it worked perfectly. So if you resolder all those joints, that may fix your problem. You may not even need a new transformer. I see where a lot of people say they put a new transformer in and it works, and certainly your transformer can go bad, but that would fix it if you replaced a perfectly good transformer that just had cracks around the connections in the solder joints. The other thing is that if you're not getting the 22 volts DC out, you can check this rectifier area circuit. And if you look at the top, starting with this diode D206, then D207, these two aren't marked, but I did it D208 and 209. And then there's 2 capacitors, which you also can check actually on the circuit board. I measured them and they were good. But what I did was I ended up drawing this out on the circuit board, and the circuit ends up looking like this. So there's your 206 diode, your 207, your 209, your 208, plus 24 AC and ground come in here, and then these are those 2 capacitors. So if the transformer doesn't have a cold solder joint and you're still not getting the power out, it would be good to check these diodes and the capacitors to see if that's your problem. I hope this has helped some people out and saved you some money. One last afterthought is that you might want to add some hot glue on the transformer, as I did here, and a little bit on this side, to give it a little bit more material strength when it's vibrating around. So hopefully it doesn't come loose again.